You're watching this because you are financially suffocating. But what I'm about to reveal to you has absolutely nothing to do with your bank account. I am going to expose the invisible, psychological architecture that was built specifically to keep you exactly where you are. Society has infected you with a virus. They taught you that poverty is just a temporary lack of resources. They told you that if you just work hard, keep your head down, and wait for your lucky break, the universe will eventually reward you. They are lying. Poverty is not a math problem. It is a behavioral cage. It is an operating system designed by the elite to ensure you remain a cog in their machine and never become a threat. Niccolò Machiavelli mapped out the brutal mechanics of power and social mobility centuries ago. The rules haven't changed, but to use his formula, you have to perform surgery on your own mind. Step 1. You must destroy the halo of the broke. Since you were a child, you were fed a pacifier. You were told that money is the root of all evil, that the rich are corrupt, and that there is a quiet, noble honor in being poor. This is an anesthetic. It is a fairy tale invented to keep the working class from burning down the castles of the ruling class. If you secretly believe that wealth is evil, your subconscious will permanently self-sabotage to keep you good. The brutal reality. Poverty doesn't make you righteous. It makes you vulnerable. It makes you a victim to bosses you hate and circumstances you can't control. Once you drop that illusion, you face the next trap. The prey mentality. Most people exist in a permanent state of waiting for the economy to shift, waiting for a promotion, waiting for luck. Machiavelli called this chaotic force of luck fortuna. He said fortuna is a flooding river. The weak stand on the riverbank and pray the water spares them. The strong? They build dams when the weather is dry. Stop waiting for the environment to hand you a victory. Adopt the mentality of a predator. A predator does not wait for luck. A predator scans the terrain, calculates the odds, and hunts for leverage. But how do you hunt when you are exhausted? You probably look at successful people and think you just lack their discipline. You tell yourself you're lazy. Let's shatter that lie right now. You do not lack discipline. In fact, you are terrifyingly consistent. You possess an ironclad, relentless discipline for staying poor. Every single day, you execute the exact habits required to maintain your financial cage with flawless precision. You choose the cheap dopamine of social media over difficult learning. You execute the routine of complaining with perfect consistency. You must redirect the violent force of your consistency away from self-sabotage. But the moment you try to redirect that force, you will feel a heavy gravity trying to pull you back. That gravity has names. It has faces. It is your friends, your family, the people you grew up with. Machiavelli understood tribalism. When you try to escape the underclass, the people around you will panic. They won't attack you directly. They will use mockery wrapped in fake concern. Why are you reading that economics book? Who do you think you are? Your ambition is a spotlight that exposes their resignation. If you succeed, it proves their failure is their own fault. To escape, you must become a ghost. Amputate yourself from the environment of defeat. Smile, nod, remain polite, but pack your bags in the dark. Now, let's talk about the trap of linear labor. You were taught the slave's virtue: bleed for the company, work 80 hours a week, and eventually, loyalty will be rewarded. If hard work alone created wealth, bricklayers would be billionaires. Working for an hourly wage is trading a finite resource, your lifespan, for a fixed return. The system isn't designed to reward your hard work. It's designed to extract it. Corporations sell you the illusion of family. We are a family here. That is a lie told by lords to keep the serfs obedient. The moment profit margins drop, your 20 years of perfect attendance means absolutely nothing. You are a line item on a spreadsheet. Stop playing the loyal servant. Play the mercenary. A mercenary doesn't just fight for a paycheck. A mercenary fights to acquire skills, plunder resources, and gain strategic positioning. Go to your job to steal their training, study their systems, and build your network. You are a spy behind enemy lines, gathering the capital required to build your own empire. Shift your focus from working harder to building scalable systems, code, media, capital, that work while you sleep. When you get off work, what do you consume? You open an app, you play a game, you watch a show. You numb the pain of your reality. You are consuming anesthesia. The wealthy do not consume media like you do. They consume data. They consume leverage. Every hour you spend numbing your mind is an hour you handed to your enemies. You must cut the cord to the pacifier. Let the cold, terrifying reality of your bank account set in. Use the humiliation of being broke as a high-octane fuel. Anger, when compressed into an engine, will propel you out of the atmosphere. And when that engine finally generates some capital, you will face the final test. The camouflage of the ascent. When the underclass gets a taste of money, what do? They buy a designer belt. They finance a luxury car. Their ego screams for validation. This is a pathetic display of weakness and a target painted on your back. Machiavelli advised stealth. When you rise, practice stealth wealth. Do not upgrade your lifestyle. Keep the damaged car. Let them think you are still struggling. Your money is not a tool for validation. It is an army of soldiers. You do not send your soldiers to a fashion show. You send them to conquer territory in the dark. We have arrived at the final, most brutal mechanism of escape. To break the cage, you must murder something beautiful. You must kill your hope. Hope is the emotion of the powerless. It is a passive state of begging the universe for salvation. You hope the economy gets better. You hope someone notices your talent. The world does not answer to hope. It answers to leverage. Replace hope with probability, data, and cold execution. When you kill hope, you kill disappointment. You stop crying when things go wrong because you expected the battlefield to be hostile. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" And you start demanding, "How do I exploit this?" Poverty is a game. You've been playing checkers by rules invented by the elite, while they play chess. But now, you see the board. The lock on the cage is broken. The door is wide open. But here is the terrifying truth. Most people will feel the cold wind of responsibility blowing from the outside, and they will quietly pull the door shut again. They prefer the familiar pain of the cage over the terrifying freedom of the wild. The blueprint is in your hands. Will you walk out, or will you go back to sleep?